Sharp new warning of all-out war. For the first time, the mysterious and secretive nation has threatened a preemptive nuclear strike against the U.S. It comes as the UN approves tough new sanctions. So how dangerous is the situation? What countermeasures could America take? Here's ABC's chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz.
Thousands upon thousands of North Koreans rallied today around a North Korean general delivering that stunning threat. A first-strike nuclear attack with a vow to engulf Washington Sea in a sea of fire.
They're threatening a nuclear preemptive attack. Never done that before.
The young North Korean dictator, despite the diversion of Dennis Rodman's visit, now lashing out against the U.S. and South Korean military exercises and today's new stiff UN sanctions. Analysts say North Korea is still years away from perfecting a nuclear weapon, but they are getting closer all the time.
But I had to call this name of this, I don't know who he is, but he parades behind this name, Harun Yahya, because of the grave danger that I perceived. In his book on Imam al-Mahdi and the end times, I think he wrote 100 books in order to be able to put out this one. That was 99 or 95% that dazzled the world, and here was the poison. To slip in the 5% the poison. Yes. That when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, as Muslims believe that he will return, that the Prophet has prophesied that he will return alayhi salatu wasalam, that the Jews would believe in him and the Christians would believe in him. La yu'minanna bihi qabla mawti, says the Quran. And since the Muslims already believe in him, that when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, according to this fanciful fairyland theory of Harun Yahya, Christians, Muslims and Jews are going to embrace each other in a fraternity, a wonderful fraternity. And since we are going to be having this lovely fraternity of Christians, Muslims and Jews in the end time, why should we not do it now? In other words, why don't you be friends with Israel? This is false. This is not the correct interpretation of the Quran. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns, I spoke in a synagogue in New Jersey before 200 Jews. And I quoted this verse of the Quran, that when he returns, you will have to believe in him. You don't have any choice in the matter. And when you do believe in him at that time, it will be of no benefit for you. For he will give evidence against you, and you go into the hellfire. I don't know where I got the courage from, but I still have that courage. But when the lecture was over, they surrounded me. I was surrounded by a whole sea of Jews. Of course, they never invited me again after that. But they wanted to know, why should we be forced to believe in something that we do not believe in, we reject? And my answer was that at that time the veils are going to be removed from off your eyes. And in the same way that when he was drowning, you know who I'm talking about. When he was drowning, he realized, I am not God. I am not God. And then he said, I now believe in your God, Banu Israel. Similarly, at that time you also will recognize that what you have been holding on to is falsehood. And what you have rejected and you have fought against and you have tyrannized and terrorized and oppressed, that is the truth. So you'll now die swallowing your own vomit and having to accept that which you rejected. And you'll pay the price. وَإِن مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ إِلَّا لَيُؤْمِنَنَّ بِهِ قَبْلَ مَوْتِهِ وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ يَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ شَهِيدًا. On Judgment Day, he'll give evidence against you and you'll go into the hellfire. The actual event of the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salam is not a wonderful fraternity, but rather the divine punishment now coming upon those who have rejected the truth and who have stood on the side of the oppressor. Not all Jews and not all Christians are like that, no.
사회주의 가능성 국가 건설 투쟁에 떨쳐나선 우리 군대와 인민에게 필승의 신심을 안겨주었으며 물리적 타격을 기본으로 한 우리식의 성전으로 역적의 무리들을 민족의 이름으로 초단하고야말 주산 혁명강군의 불변의 의지를 힘있게 선언했습니다.
And going forward, we will continue to keep the American people fully updated, because I believe that you must know what I know. That is the judgment of our Nuclear Regulatory Commission and many other experts.
Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Sexy lady. Gangnam Style. Sexy lady.
Instead of Harunya here talking about a wonderful fraternity, which is what the Mossad wants, he should quote the hadith. At that time the stones and the trees will speak and you'll pay the price. And on Judgment Day he'll give evidence against you and you'll go into the hellfire.